Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to a new episode of the Trainer Talk. This is episode 20. Today we're going to be talking about building mental fitness and mental toughness when it comes to working out in the gym or just starting your health and fitness journey, eating healthier, whatever it may be. We know that it's tough to start new things, tough to push yourself, so we want to give you guys some tips and strategies on how to build that mental toughness and give yourself some more positive self-talk. So we're going to start out. Bethany's going to give you some tips and different ways just to help you start beginning to improve your mental toughness and changing your mindset.
Yeah. So how I like to think about it is when you're doing like any of your mindset, think about your mindset inside of the gym. You have a voice that's kind of telling you, I'm tired, I should slow down, or I can't do that weight, I'm not strong enough, or I have to have this cookie, making all these types of excuses for why like you shouldn't pursue your goals, making all these excuses for why you shouldn't do your best. But then there's another voice that's hopefully you can kind of cultivate actually after focusing on it and focusing on noticing that negative voice and overcoming it. And that's the boss voice. So that is the voice of your better self that knows you have goals, that says, no, I'm gonna push harder, says, hey, I'm looking forward to this workout, it's gonna be hard, but it's gonna be good because it's gonna make me better. Or, overcoming the pizza that is at the office or the donuts that's sitting out, being able to say no to that and say, nope, I have my goals. That's the mindset of the boss voice of your better self. So what you can kind of think about of that and use that to kind of train your mindset and mental fitness in the gym. Say you come into the workout and you see written up on the board, it's all of your least favorite exercises, whether that's lunges or squats or deadlifts or burpees or the assault bike, which a lot of people like to complain about. Kind of rewire your brain from thinking, oh, it's going to be a hard workout, like I hate the assault bike, I hate burpees, I'm not good at this, I'm not good at that, that's really heavy, I don't know if I can do that, blah, 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 blah. All excuses. Like, you got to rewire your brain into saying like, okay, I'm not really good at that right now, or I'm not really comfortable right now, but I'm going to use this as an opportunity to get better. I'm going to use this as an opportunity to get more comfortable with it and just improve myself. Like switching that mindset, if you go in with a negative mindset, everything's gonna feel harder and you're just not gonna enjoy yourself as much. But if you view it as an opportunity to overcome obstacles, you're gonna feel way more accomplished afterwards. I'll use kind of an example of when I'm doing a workout and it's the assault bike. I mean, it doesn't matter how fit you are, it's gonna be hard. So you have a workout with an assault bike and it's like 5 rounds, and then you have a rest and then a round at the end that I knew I had to do. And I'm just like, I'm getting into the assault bike and it's getting hard. Like I get 4 calories in and I know that I have 12 to go, and I'm like I need to slow down. Like this is too hard. My legs hurt, and I'm like, I need to slow down. I'm going too fast. And I'm like, you know what? No, like if I just keep pedaling for like 20 more seconds, I'll be fine. And then I can get off the assault bike and it's gonna be no different. And like you can keep going and my legs might hurt for 20 minutes afterwards, but my mind is gonna hurt afterwards for years to come, because like I'm just gonna not be proud of myself for not pushing through those moments. Like you're gonna look back and be like, I probably could have pushed harder, I probably could have done better at this workout. And you gotta think about not having regret after the workout, and rather feel the pain during the workout. Like that's what it's all about. Like you feel way more accomplished afterwards. I mean, I was able to hold paces I wasn't able to because I was able to push through that and just like keep going at that pace, even though it hurt so bad. Just like telling myself like, no, those are excuses. Like don't listen to your excuses. That's not what you want to listen to. Or just saying like, oh, I'll just have one extra spoonful of peanut butter, when you know that you've already eaten all of your macros for the day. Like just one spoonful of peanut butter or one cookie, and it's like that still affects it. Like that affects your mindset. You're rewarding that bad negative voice. So try to really focus on overcoming that, noticing it first. You have to first notice it and recognize it to overcome it. So you gotta notice it and say, I'm not listening to that, that's my negative voice. Stop with the excuses, and then you flip the switch. You flip it to, I'm gonna overcome this and I'm gonna become my better self. and you can end up discovering you can do things that you didn't think you could. Like, you know, for certain weights, like, I don't always think I can lift the weight that's prescribed, and I surprise myself by doing the amount of prescribed weight or the amount of calories on the assault bike that I'm supposed to do. Like, I surprise myself when I'm able to do it, and you feel way more accomplished than if you shortcut it and you undercut what you think you can do, but your body's actually able to do more than you think you can, and you start to discover more parts of yourself that you didn't know existed.
Yeah, and that just kind of goes along with saying, like, your body wants to be comfortable. So it's comfortable going at a slower pace and not pushing yourself. You know, you don't want to put yourself through too much pain or push yourself too hard during a workout. And that's kind of that voice in your head that's just wanting to be comfortable. It's telling you that you shouldn't do that, when in reality, your body needs to be pushed sometimes. I mean, we're not saying that there's nothing wrong with just going for a walk every day, but if you did that for 5 months or 6 months, you're going to plateau and you're not going to get any more progress. So what we want you to do is to actually challenge yourself and push yourself and kind of turn off that negative voice that's saying, hey, this is good enough, just do the bare minimum. We want you to turn on the other voice that says, hey, you can do more and you're stronger than you think. I would like to tell you guys, add the word yet at the end of every sentence that you say. So if you can't do burpees, say, I can't do burpees yet, or I can't do the assault bike for 10 calories yet. I can't deadlift 150 pounds yet. So by adding yet on there, you're telling yourself that you will be able to at some point. So you're going to be able to push yourself harder when you are working out. So that is something that I really like to do, and I use myself. Like, you know, I've come so far in my fitness journey that there's so many things, like Bethany said, that have surprised myself that I could do that I never thought I could. So I've started to use this. You know, I might not be able to do that now, but I will at some point. So I can't do it yet, but I want to do things, want to do the systems and put a plan in place to where I can be able to do it. So practicing it. We were just talking about it before this. I asked Caitlin if she has ever done handstand push-ups. And she said, I can kick up, but I've never practiced it before. So she could have just said, I can't do them. But she didn't. She just says, I've never really practiced them. I haven't done it. It's something that I could make more time to practice on. So that was really cool, because she could have just said, I can't do them, and I don't have time to do them. She said, I just don't spend time doing it, and I don't practice it. So that's another thing. We need to change that mindset from, I don't have the time to do this, I can't do this, I'm not strong enough, whatever, to I just need to practice that more, or I need to try this in combination with whatever else you're doing. And setting those kind of big goals. For example, some of the things that I never thought that I would be able to do, like doing ring muscle ups and bar muscle ups. Something I hate doing is running, and I've just started running, and I surprised myself yesterday. You know, this isn't a huge accomplishment by any means for some people. They can just go out and run forever. Bethany's been a runner before, so but for me, I've literally never ran further than a 5K. I've done one 5K in my life, which is like 3 miles. And yesterday I went out for a 45-minute run, and I ran a little over 5 miles straight. I only stopped to turn around, and then I ran all the way back home, realized that I had some more time to go, so I went back out and ran some more. So I did stop twice, but I never really stopped for a long duration of time or took a break. I never walked during the workout, which was a huge accomplishment for me. And the whole time I'm thinking to myself, you know, just keep going, just one more foot in front of the other, and it's gonna be over. Like, I'm 50% done, I'm 3/4 of the way done, just keep going and you're almost there. And the feeling that you get when you do accomplish that is out of this world. You know, you feel super accomplished. Like she said, like, you want to do things that when you're done with it, you don't have any regrets, like, oh, I could have went harder, I could have pushed myself a little bit more, you know. And that's one of the reasons, like, when we do our cardio portion in our classes, it's usually really tough. And those are the workouts that people look forward to the least, but they feel the best once they get it done, because they push themselves, and it is hard, and it does challenge you. So when you do finish it, and you survived, and you land there on the floor, catching your breath, you actually have this extreme sense of accomplishment and confidence in that release of the dopamine and serotonin in your body. You feel absolutely amazing. And that's what we want so much more of you guys to experience. So here's a really good example. For those of you, there's so many people that just go for a walk on the treadmill for 30 minutes, and you go at 3.5 miles an hour every single day for 30 minutes, and you don't change it. Whereas a way to make it tougher is you can increase the volume. So instead of doing 30 minutes, try to push yourself to do 45 minutes. Or maybe instead of 3 miles an hour, go 4 miles an hour. Instead of at a 0% incline, go at a 1 or 2% incline. So there's multiple different ways to make it tougher and to push yourself. And that's just a small stepping stone. Like with the assault bike, like she was saying, like that is something we all never want to do or thought we would be good at or thought we would ever like. And I don't say I particularly like it, but I don't mind it anymore. I walk into the gym and I've got assault bike intervals scheduled on my workout, and I'm like, okay, let's do this. Like, I know I can do it. I've done it before. So it's just another day. Like let's push ourselves. And sometimes, I'm not gonna lie, we're not superhuman. We are still regular people. We're training more, and over time you just get better at it. Like there's still times in a workout where I hate it and I don't think I can finish it. But I just say, well, let's just do one more round, or one more set, or one more calorie, or whatever it is. And you keep getting closer and closer, and then all of a sudden you're done and you feel amazing. So there's always ways to push yourself and convince yourself that you can do things. You just gotta kind of take it one step at a time to move forward.
Just to add to that, it's normal to fail. Obviously, if you're doing, you're going for a squat or something, or a bench press, make sure you have someone there if you do fail. But for example, working on the handstands, I don't practice them ever. I haven't in a long time, so I know now that I'm kind of determined to see what I can do with them. I know that I'm gonna fail. I'm gonna fall over. I'm not going to get it the first time, but the only way to get better at something hard is by practicing, is by failing, but getting up and doing it over and over again. And then the other thing I want to talk about is how if you can come into the gym and work on your mental toughness and working on changing your mindset, if you can do that here, it's going to be something that you're going to be able to take with you outside of the gym into your everyday life. We all face hard things. We all go through things that we might not be able to control. There's going to be things that come our way that are just crappy that you cannot control, but you can control your mindset and how you react to those situations. You can still choose to find the silver lining in those tough things that come your way, and I do believe that's something that I have been able to do, but it's because I've learned it in the gym. So one little thing that I kind of wanted to talk about was like a personal experience when I got diagnosed with ulcerative colitis and had to make all of these lifestyle changes. I chose to completely change my diet so that I don't have to be on medications my entire life. And just one mindset thing that I thought about when we were talking this morning was yesterday I went grocery shopping, and just buying, I didn't buy a ton of food, but it ended up being like $93. And that, it felt like a lot for the lack of food that I had bought. So, and I was thinking okay, how much do I probably spend on groceries a month? Probably close to $300 a month would be what I would spend on groceries. And that seems like a lot. You say $300 a month on food, and it's like, oh my gosh, that's a ton of money. But then I thought about, okay, these medications that I would have to take if I just ate the cheaper foods, my medications would be $2,000 a month. So I can choose to spend $300 a month on food that is going to fuel my body and make me feel better, or I can choose to buy the cheaper food and then spend $2,000 a month on medications that are just a band-aid for my symptoms and not actually healing my gut and what's going on inside. Because food really is your fuel. Food is how you get energy. So, like Taylor was saying earlier, when we were talking earlier, the more nutrient-dense foods that you eat, the fuller they will keep you longer. So yes, you're spending more money on these nutrient-dense foods, but they're going to last you longer and they're going to keep you fuller longer. If you go buy fast food, and you eat that, you know, it's cheaper, but you're gonna be hungry in 30 minutes or an hour. So you're gonna have to, you're gonna have to eat again, and you're gonna have to go spend more money. So it's just really thinking about the mind. It's all your mind. Everything you do comes down to your mindset and how you view all of these certain topics.
Yeah, not to mention, this is kind of aside from our topic a little bit, but it does play a big hand because it is a mindset thing. Like, people think automatically that, you know, like they can't afford to eat healthier. And like she was saying, like those nutrient-dense foods are fuel and nutrients for your body. The only point of eating is to put fuel and nutrients into the body to nourish your body. That way you can function and live. And quite frankly, a lot of the foods, about 80 or 90% of the foods we have access to in the grocery stores and in the restaurants and fast food is very poor quality or low nutrient dense foods. So you're basically harming your body. You're actually, you know, going to cause more weight gain and put yourself at a higher risk for diseases and things like that down the road, even though you're saving just a little bit of money. So when you really think about it, are you actually saving money if you're putting foods in your body that are only going to put you at higher risk for death and disease and all of these types of things? Whereas if you spend a little bit more money now and get the nutrient dense, good quality foods, you're actually going to boost your energy, boost your health, boost your immune system, and reduce your risk of disease later. So it's almost no different than putting an investment in the stock market now. It's going to grow over time, and then you have all this wealth when you retire later on in life. If you invest in your health right now, it's compounding interest year after year after year. You're going to be so much further off later on in life. The reality is people wait until there's something traumatic happens, like they get diagnosed with diabetes or heart disease or high blood pressure, high cholesterol, whatever it is, then they decide, oh, maybe I should make a change. And by that point, it's almost too late. It's going to be a lot harder. It's not too late to ever try, but it's going to be that much harder to actually reverse it than it would be just to prevent it, from the first place. So, if somebody started investing when they were younger, they're going to be much more wealthy than somebody that starts investing when they're 50 or 60. Is it wrong? No, there's no wrong time to start investing in yourself. So why not start right now? We just talked earlier, the best time to start taking care of yourself or start investing in yourself was 20 years ago. The second best time is right now. So the longer you wait, the harder it's going to be. So change your mindset on that too, and start thinking about your health and your body as this temple, and it's an investment. And it's no different than the money that we invest and the money that you make. We're all told to set aside some and let it grow, and that, all of us work our entire life for that retirement so that we can enjoy life at the end. And most people we train are people that if they didn't get this training, they're going to get to retirement and they're not even going to get to enjoy their time because they're going to be so unhealthy that they need help taking care of themselves, and they might be, not be able to walk around and do things that they want to do. So take care of yourself now, that way you can enjoy life later. So change your mindset on that as well, and use that as kind of a mechanism for pushing yourself right now, which is the topic that we were talking about in the first place, of pushing yourself. So think in the future, use that as the energy and the power and the motivator to actually push yourself to do the work right now. Because I know, it does stink. You're not getting that instant gratification. It's not like you can just go do one workout and be 40 pounds lighter and look healthy and however you want to look. It's compounding over time. You get 1% better every single day. So, had to throw that in there. Just do a little bit every day, push yourself a little bit every day, whether that's in your nutrition, your sleep, your hydration, your food, your relationships, your work, reducing stress, improving your relationship, whatever it may be. Do a little something to work on it and get 1% better every day, and it's gonna compound over time, and you're gonna become so much better and learn so much more. So
I kind of wanted to add on to what you were talking about earlier, where you were just thinking one rep at a time, one round at a time. Like something that I kind of tell myself, whether it's on a run or it's in a workout, you just go one step at a time. How do you run a marathon? It's one step at a time. And there's this guy, James Lawrence, he's called the Iron Cowboy. He ran 50 Ironmans in 50 days consecutively in 50 different states. So he was literally flying or driving from state to state, running a full Ironman, which is 2.4 mile swim, 112 mile bike ride, and then a full marathon in a day. So, and it took him like anywhere from like 11 to 16 hours, and he got faster as he went on. So like day 50 was his fastest time, which is insane. And like he said, 14 days in, he had no toenails left. And that was like mind blowing to me. And like, you still had so much left. And one of the things he said that kept him going, you know, people are like, well, how do you do it? And he's like, you know, he didn't really focus on the how, he had a strong enough why to do it, because he knew that his family was waiting for him at the finish line, and then it was for like a bigger cause than himself. So he knew, you know, he didn't have to figure out the how right away, he just needed to know, have a strong enough why he could do it. And I kind of think about that, especially when running, when I'm like, my legs hurt, but I'm like, oh, well, I still have my toenails, so I'm fine. Like, I can keep going. If he can run without toenails, then I can keep running. And the crazy thing is, his toenails grew back, like, by the end of the 50 days. So your body adapts and becomes way stronger if you just let yourself, like, just push beyond what you think is comfortable and what you think you can do, and your body will, like, adapt to it, which is
Those
great.
little stressors are good for growth.
Yeah.
You want to put your body in those stressful moments for a short amount of time. And we're not saying to go do that,
Yeah, no.
but push yourself and, you know, let yourself, you know, have that little bit of stress, which it is a stress in the body when you're pushing yourself through a really tough workout. But the growth and the recovery that you get from that is what's going to make you stronger moving forward. Like when we do anything on the cardio machines that we don't like doing, you know, every single time we do it, we know that we're going to be a little bit better the next time. And then before you know it, you know, 2 years ago or even a year ago, 10 calories in the row, I was like, oh, I don't want to do 10 calories. And now it's like we have 30 calorie intervals, and we're like, oh, let's just do it.
Let's
you know,
go.
your mindset changes and you're stronger and you're able to do it easier. So that was really, really cool and mind-blowing to me at what we're actually capable of.
Yeah.
So
Mental and physical gain. So it's like eating better and working out is not just about physically transforming, it transforms you mentally too.
And actually, I got chills a little bit when she said like his family was waiting at the finish line, and I really encourage, like, you know, 90% of the people that we train are parents, and I truly believe that if you're a parent, you should be doing everything you can to make sure that you're taking care of yourself so that you can take care of your kids and you're there for them, because we all couldn't imagine being without our parents. So it's your duty to take care of yourself so that you can be there for your kids as long as you possibly can. So that should be your motivator and your why if you haven't found one already. So use that as your motivator. Think about that the next time you're going through a hard workout. Just think about, why are you doing this? Like, you know, do you want to end up, you know, dying 15 years before your time because you had poor lifestyle decisions for the last 30, 40 years? No. Do you want to be there to watch your grandkids grow up or watch your kids get married, you know, whatever it may be? You need to be thinking about those things that motivate you while you're doing it. So
The biggest thing to get there is just checking things off every day. So like if you made a list of things, like think about where you want to be or what goals you want to accomplish. Then think about what can you do daily to get yourself there. So like for us, it's checking off our workouts, doing our workouts. We're getting the nutrition that we need in. We're getting 7 hours of sleep. We're doing all these things day by day that add up and compound over time. And like you just have to keep checking it off. And as long as you can check those things off, then it'll get you to you'll get way more development in your mental and physical transformation.
And I think just like anything else, like your mental toughness and fitness is something that has to be trained, just like you train in the gym.
yes.
So your mindset isn't going to change overnight. It's something that you have to work at. You know, I still have days where I might say I can't do something, or I might, you know, have a negative mindset about whether it's my workout or something outside of the gym. And that's okay, but it's something that you just have to work on. You just have to keep training your mind just like you're training your body.
Yeah.
in the gym.
Your mind gets stronger just like your muscles get
Yep.
stronger.
Yeah.
And you have to train your mind just like you train your body. I love that you added that. Good. All right, well, I think that wraps up our episode on mental toughness. Hopefully you learned something that you can start to implement in your own life, or hopefully you change your perspective or take on some of the things like training or eating healthier, or just even your daily life and living. Try to start planning and prioritizing and coming up with a game plan to help you reach your goals or live a healthier lifestyle. And like we said, just start small and build on that and start pushing yourself. If you're already going to the gym or if you're already working out, start trying to challenge yourself a little bit more and push yourself. And you might notice that you get better results and you're going to feel even more accomplished when you do so. So with that being said, if you need help, coming up with a plan or doing more, like if you want help getting customized workouts, or if you need that motivation externally, not just from yourself, we have over 35 classes every single week. Feel free to come out and check out the place. We do nutrition coaching for those of you that struggle with nutrition, or if you need extra knowledge or help with that. We coach clients online in the gym. We do it all. So we want to help you reach your goals. If you need anything, feel free to reach out. Until then, make sure you subscribe and follow us so you can see all of our future videos.
And like,
it. Maybe share it with a friend or somebody that might benefit from it as well. And we'll hope to see you soon. Have a good day.